Hi, I've wanted to make a video over the past few days with my book to do an actual exercise from the book with you. And I kept falling asleep. Very interesting. I was too tired. And I would go into my voice, and my voice is like, no, I don't want to talk today. And I respect my body, respect my voice, but meanwhile, time is ticking. And I'm wanting pre orders in Ireland, and I'm thinking, people, need to know what's in here so that they will want to pre-order the book in Ireland. And it will be available worldwide, by the way, in September, like 15th, 16th of September. So everyone can get a copy. But I want to come back to the feeling tired. I realized after talking with Thomas and Mark yesterday, we made a video together, that it was probably a psychic attack. So I've been clearing and clearing and clearing, and it still feels really heavy, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm taking a minute to get brighter and brighter and brighter with my energy field, which is what this book is all about, really. It's about empowering you to do your work so you can clear away psychic attack, heaviness, blocks, all of that resistance, and you can open to receive. So let's do an exercise. The one I've chosen to do, of course, probably won't open now that I'm... Where is it? It's this one. And this is one that I would not be allowed if I had a traditional publisher to show you. It's called Stop Disempowering Other People. Yeah. So stop disempowering. So it's like, why would I be disempowering other people? I'm all for empowering everybody. So yeah, but I'm going to read this, okay? You disempower people when you take on their emotional pain. Are you with me yet? You disempower people when you try to fix them. So, as well as practical tips and exercises and step-by-step things to do, I'm giving you concepts to sit with, to plant the seeds of these in your field so that you can work on it. I mean, it's not saying you have to do this right away, but I'd like you to think about, am I actually doing this? Why am I in discomfort when someone is in my presence that needs help, that isn't doing their healing work, that, it's like someone trying to stop you from crying because they're actually uncomfortable being around tears. It's not about, you. Because if you are comfortable with tears, then you let that person cry. You let them cry to release, and you hold the space for them, and you hug them, and, So I'll say this again. That's what actually says this in the book. You disempower people when you take on their emotional pain. Why? Because you want to clear it for them. You're not letting them clear it themselves. Take stock of how much pain you are holding on to right now in this moment from other people. So I kind of see this like suitcases, carrying your baggage around. Just give yourself a second to imagine all the bags around you that you've been carrying. Put them down. Many of you watching this are probably still carrying them. Get that one off your back and the little pouch. And some of them have rocks in them. Now look at them on the floor and ask yourself, which ones are not mine? That one's your mammy's, and that one's your granny's that you inherited from your great-grandmother, and this one is your best friend. Let these suitcases change color and give yourself permission to let them go. It's literally like carrying someone else's shopping, someone else's bags. And then I'm going to ask you, what does it feel like to let it go? Now, obviously, there's a lot more to it than this, but because I'm here reading this with you, it's going to happen quicker. And just to share, I put little doodles and pictures and pretty things in the book because I wanted to, because it lifts me when I'm, working on this, and maybe it'll lift you as well. And there is also white space for you to do doodles. Maybe you want to buy the book and doodle on the book and then share pictures of your own doodles, because I don't think I'm going to release this as a Kindle. There's something about holding a book in your hands. Okay, now, last part of this exercise. Now you can take your power back from everyone that you just released. So all those bags that dissolved, all that emotional pain you just let go of, maybe they're carrying yours. So just ask for your energy to come back to you. And maybe a few more bags appear. Maybe some of these bags that you're carrying have transformed. The shape is different. Maybe, you know those really, I would never buy one, the transparent bag that you can see through. You can see through your bags. I don't want people on the street knowing what I've got in my bag. Anyway, you can see through your bags, and then you can start to disintegrate some of that emotional pain. Disintegrate. Isn't that a great word? It's integrated as part of who you are. You can disintegrate it to separate it out from you so that it can dissolve away. The power of words. Sit back and receive the healing. Now, this bootcamp book was written during 20 boot camps that I've done. I think the 20th boot camp is coming up in September, and everyone's invited to join me for every boot camp that I do. I do them in February and September, and sometimes I might do a top up in the summer. So when it says sit back and receive healing in this book, it's because people were on the live program, and I was sending healing to everyone on the live program. But I've left those in because you can receive healing from the universe, from source. If you're a Reiki practitioner, from Reiki. If you're a golden healer, from the golden healing light, from the sun. Just receive. It's, you know what it is? It's the Holy Spirit. It's God's love. That's what it is. Receive and allow the healing to come through. Now I'm holding space for you right here on this video, and you just relax a little bit more and let it come in. That's good. And it flows through you and into all those bags and dissolves them all the way. Now, do you want to pick them up again, or you let them just melt into puddles on the ground? Whatever issue happened to you that created this emotional pain has not gone, but you're not carrying the weight of it. So you can still deal with these issues if needed, or maybe with the issue, with the emotion gone, maybe you're no longer angry at somebody, to forgive them. Imagine, this is the last part of this exercise, imagine what your life will look like in 3 years' time when you're fully in your power. Allowing yourself to be powerful, coming from the heart. So your power, not from your brain, but from your heart. Power. What will your life look like? Living from an open heart, wholehearted life. So what you're doing as you're doing that is you're shifting how you organize your energy to allow yourself the possibility of living a powerful life from the heart. That's what I'm doing, sending out heart energy to everybody, even if I disagree with them. I see them for who they are and what they're dealing, and now you know what they're carrying. And now you know not to disempower them by picking it up for them and cleaning it up, because they'll just go and pick up more, and then they'll, here, will you help me? And you take my bags for me. We've grown out of that paradigm now. We don't need to do that for anyone anymore. And this book will show you how. Yes, I know. Because then I'm talking about power here because people have a problem with power. But if you were a car and you didn't have any petrol in your tank, you couldn't drive anywhere. You get to choose where to drive. You get to choose how to spend your power. But if you don't have power, you're stuck, Interesting that I'm getting texted during this. As you bring your power in, people will feel it. They'll know. And they'll feel that you've shifted. So you're not going to disempower them. Don't let them disempower you either. So I'm putting all the details of the book below. And you hear my voice as I'm doing that. And I'm excited for this one. I just want to explain a little bit. I don't want it to get boring because I'm going to do quite a few of these. But this book is written in 3 parts. Okay, the first part are little exercises like the one we've just done. But they're big, but they're little. But I say do one a day. And there's quite a few of those. And I'm going to be doing more videos on them. And then part 2, exercises that work over several days. So I'm asking you in the book to do a piece of it now, a piece of it tomorrow, and a piece of it the next day. I think the longest one I have here is a 7-day exercise. So that will keep you going for a whole week. If you do it the way I suggest, it goes in deeper. You embody the work. You know, it's in your body then. It becomes more natural to you. And then the third part are 4 complete Raise Your Vibration boot camps. Each boot camp is 21 days. So you've got the very first boot camp that I ever did in here, and then I have actually the very last boot camp that I ever did, and then 2 more that me and my daughter Maya picked when we looked through all the boot camps to make sure that you got different ones so that there's no overlap, or there's very little overlap. But as a spiritual daily practice, you're going to want to repeat and repeat and repeat. So there is a little bit of overlap, but not much in the book. And I think, you know, how many pages is this? Is 285 pages. And there's webinar access. I want to show you. This is why I made it pretty. Look, I made all the QR codes really pretty with the doodles. 7 hours of webinars in here, and I don't know, lots and lots of healing audio files, meditations, downloads, and access to my Telegram group, where I post every day. You can come along and talk about how you're doing. It's support. I don't like to give people these spiritual practices without giving them support in the background. So if you're in Ireland, please pre-order. It will be available September 16th, and my boot camp starts September 17th. So you could get the book and then join me for the 20th anniversary boot camp, which is going to be so fun. And maybe I'll see you there. Maybe you'll try the exercises. And I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. What do you think of the idea of the book? What do you think of the exercise that we just did? And again, the throat. Shining your light, because there are energies out there that don't want you to shine as bright as you can. And you know, the more of us that talk about this, the more work we do, the weaker they get, and the stronger we get, the more power you have for you. So I look forward to hearing what you think about in the comments, and all the links are below. Okay.